Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Beau again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump, SNAP, and health insurance. If Trump and his Republican allies continue on his crusade against Americans having health insurance, it's incredibly likely that tens of millions will be unable to afford the food they need in less than 10 days. States are sending out warnings that they won't be able to continue to provide SNAP in November if the government continues its shutdown. More than 40 million Americans utilize the program. The shutdown is occurring because Republicans refuse to extend the expiring ACA credits that allow working-class Americans to afford health insurance. After saying he didn't need Democrats to pass his budget and then being proven wrong, Trump has stomped his feet and said he won't talk to Democrats unless they do what he wants. While Americans are at risk of losing health insurance and basic food assistance, Trump has played golf, attended a $1 million-a-plate dinner, announced $40 billion plans to bail out the economy of another country at the expense of the U.S., said he could be demanding hundreds of millions of dollars from DOJ go into his own pocket, and ripped off the side of the White House to start construction on a $250 million ballroom for rich people to have more fancy dinners, while tens of millions of Americans worry they won't be able to afford ramen next month. It's a legitimate worry. This is now the second longest failure to keep the government open, meaning Trump has both the first and second longest running failures of governance in American history. There is no clear sign when Republicans will announce that working class people deserve health insurance. At this point, it seems pretty clear that they are willing to deny working class people, the disabled, seniors, and children food to make sure they don't have to help the working class obtain affordable health care. But here's the really weird part. Republicans have groups working on their plans to extend the ACA tax credits. There are enough Republican votes to pass the extensions. They know they need to extend them. They've failed to keep the government open, hurt the economy, and are causing tens of millions of people to worry because they don't want to admit that Trump's one big beautiful bill, which failed to extend the ACA credits in the first place, was an absolute betrayal of the working class Americans they pretend to care about. They know they'll have to extend the tax credits. Trump's shutdown is all over Republican ego and their unwillingness to admit they failed America's working class. If you're counting on SNAP next month, it's time to be extra careful. It certainly seems like they'd rather deny you food than admit Trump was wrong. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.